A nonprofit student organization that advocated to protect student interests across Oregon is shutting down. The Oregon Student Association has a nearly 50-year legacy in the state, and member schools include the University of Oregon, Oregon State University, and Lane Community College. KZI 9 News reporter Aaron Ariano spoke with the former legislative director to learn what's next for student advocacy.
The Oregon Student Association spent decades fighting for student interests across the state, and the sudden announcement of its closure raises a lot of questions on who's going to continue that fight for students. It started in 1975 as a way to unify students across Oregon and tackle issues facing their access to education. And their accomplishments over the past nearly 50 years are noteworthy.
We've been able to secure billions of dollars in state investment in Oregon's colleges and universities, in our Oregon's financial aid programs.
Nick Keogh, the now former legislative director for OSA, says the organization was still securing wins for students as recent as last year.
And most recently in 2023 with securing $1 billion for the Public University Support Fund that supports Oregon's 7 public universities.
But for several years, the OSA has struggled with structure and finances.
Some of the challenges with being funded by student fees is that, today tuition is incredibly high. Students are facing immense costs. And it's really challenging to raise those fees.
And to make things even worse, a recent car crash killed one of their staff members and critically injured their executive director.
Once our staff went through this really traumatic event, it's been just really cumbersome to figure out the path forward. So that's why we've come to this decision.
So as of this month, the organization shut down, its legacy being remembered especially by former members.
I think it's a real loss. I think it's a loss both in terms of the policy protections that OSA was always fighting for students.
Joelle Lester runs the Public Health Law Center at the Mitchell-Hamlin School of Law in St. Paul, Minnesota. But in 1998, she was here at the University of Oregon working for OSA in her first job out of college. She worked alongside other young leaders like Amy Kotek Wilson.
I'm really disappointed that this happened because I think OSA wasn't just important in Oregon, it was an important example nationally of a strong state student association.
And as students across Oregon and across the country continue to face issues like rising tuition and student debt, OSA leaves a hole in fighting those battles. But there is some sliver of hope.
We're really trying to have hope for the future, that in the absence of OSA, that something new can emerge that's just as powerful, that's just as meaningful for Oregon students. There's a lot of work to do.
Reporting in Eugene, Aaron Ariano, KZI 9 News.